Hi guys, and welcome to yet another episode of Project Perfume India. It's me Mohit here, and today, first time ever, we'll be talking about House of Nanshe. So it's very popular niche house. Everyone who have been into niche fragrances would have heard about this brand or even would own some of the bottles from House of Nanshe. So let me tell you the background. This house comes from Istanbul, which is in Turkey. So Istanbul or Turkey, the whole area have been part of the Silk Route. So a lot of people, a lot of ancient travelers have been taking a pit stop at Istanbul. So it's mix of a lot of culture, especially amalgamation of Middle Eastern culture, and Istanbul spice markets are quite popular. So the whole fragrance line is inspired by Turkish culture. So I'm talking about House of Nanshe, and I'll be talking about 4 fragrances. The first one I'm putting here is called Fan Your Flames. Right, so from House of Nanshe, I really do not see any perfumer associated to this one on Fragrantica. So I'm assuming this has been worked by. There are 2 guys who own the house, so it's been, probably they would have blended or whatever it is, but there's no perfumer to it. Rest of them have perfumer. So this bottle comes from their first collection. They used to have transparent 50 ml bottles with metal plaque on it. So the earlier the cap used to be slightly different, then they came up with these ninja caps. So coming to the fragrance, as it says Fan Your Flame, so this is something which involves fire. There is flames. So this fragrance has couple of notes which gives it a really boozy tobacco, almost like burning cigar, whiskey malt kind of a vibe. So that's why it's called Fan Your Flames. So this is rum is a dominant note. So when you put rum in fire, flames come up. So I think this is going for the same analogy. It has tobacco as a note. So it's like burning tobacco and it's been supplemented by rum, something like that. And I see a lot of spices too. It's almost floral. So it's floral, boozy, tobacco. It sounds delicious. I absolutely love it. I've been wearing this since a really long time. I think it was launched back in 2018-19 before the lockdown, few years before. And I think I got quite a lot of them. And they are, though they are niche, they follow a pattern which is pricing pattern, which is at retail location it sells for retail prices like $200, $300, $400, $300 top. And I think there's one which is on $500. And at the same time, you can find it in a lot of wholesale vendors as well, or the discounter websites as well. So this bottle you can easily get it for like $100 to $125. So this is a niche house. It has got a story associated. Now it has gotten some big perfumers also. And at the same time, it's going out. There's quite a hype. A lot of influencers have covered it. Coming to the next one. So this is my, I would say on the list, this is my on second one. That was like more of a special mention. You really do not get Fan Your Flames now. Now the popular one list is quite different. Earlier it used to be Patchouli Koza, it used to be Oud Musica, then Sulit Saffron, and then now there is a whole fresh palette which is being popular. So Hacivat is next one. So what is the story behind it and why this has been so popular? So I like it because I worked on recreating a similar scented project alternative called Arjuna. So I quite got the idea what they are trying to do here. This one is actually Aventus with the oak moss note instead of birch note. This is done by perfumer Jorge Lee, who creates amazing fresh fragrances like Oolong Shine Nanshe. I really don't have a bottle right now, otherwise I would have definitely included it in this video. So this one is pretty similar to Aventus, really close to Aventus. At the same time, this has got better, a quality of ingredients, a better depth to it compared to Aventus. But then there have been a lot of fragrances around Aventus, so it really loses its charm at one point. But at the same time, this is really versatile fragrance. If I give it a sniff right now, I definitely get Aventus, but it's like got slight more vanilla to it. Now opening is like, I would say spot on, like more into Aventus territory, and then dry down is where right now after like say 60 seconds, 30 seconds of spraying it, I get this warm woody feeling from it, which is oak moss. Now, oak moss being one of my favorite ingredients, I worked on it for quite a lot of time. So I came up with something similar to it, but then it's going on, it's so common now. So the whole, I really do not understand the hype around this one, but if you like, there are people who collect all sorts of Aventuses, so this one would be redundant if you have anything. Otherwise, the next one I'm showing would be a better option to go for. So this one is called Nanshe. I really love the color of the bottle, the pastel color here, and with a golden print, Nanshe, in a 100 ml bottle. So this is a square bottle in 100 ml, and the perfumer behind it is Cecile Zarkorian. I've been following her on Instagram. She has done some amazing fragrances. This one, I like it in the entire line better than Hacivat. The whole story behind Hacivat, I will cover it, the story in the next one. What's the story behind the Ani and Hacivat? This one is Nanshe. So this is something which is, I would say, the underrated one. It's white floral, which is musky. You get this really almost creamy vanilla vibe from it, and very comforting. This is a very comforting scent. This would definitely get you compliments. This is so sophisticated, I would say. So out of the entire thing, this is something really unique. Though this, would remind you of a couple of feminine fragrances, but then, that is just that floral, white floral part of it. Otherwise, this has got its own really warm, musky undertone to it, which is actually giving you that comforting vibe. And the opening is floral, which is heavenly, I would say. So this is Nanshe, and next one is by same perfumer. This is Ani. So Ani is one of the holy grail vanilla fragrances. So what other vanilla fragrances come to your mind when we talk about top vanilla fragrances? So there aren't really any, so what they have done is taken vanilla with a fruit palette and come up with something to fill up that place, which is the most versatile vanilla fragrances. So this definitely, I would say, is the best vanilla fragrances out there. And the opening is something which is like roasted fruits along with vanilla cream, whipped cream. This is so happy fragrance. This would remind you of sort of a lemon tart, mango tart feeling. It smells like very delicious ice cream actually. So this one is definitely something which I would give it a top spot in this list in House of Nishin. You really must check out these two from Nishin, Ani and Nanshe. Hacivat is hyped one, it's the most hyped. However, if you are looking for it or you already have something which is in line with Aventus, there have been a lot of Aventus. Every brand is carrying Aventus nowadays. So you can skip this. If you're getting a good deal, you can pick it up, but I really don't think this justifies tag of 27,000 rupees in India for a 100 ml. However, you can find it on discounters like perfumery.co.in for about 14,000, and even testers are on sale for around 11,000, and 50 ml going for 7,500 or $100. And this is Fan Your Flames. This is for those who love boozy tobacco fragrances. Right, it's Mohit. Check it out. I'll be coming up with more videos. My next up is Jorge Lee's top ones in Navitus, and I'm reviewing more from Libology. So stay tuned. Comment below what kind of content you would like to see in coming days, because we are starting a fresh year with a fresh place, with a whole fresh catalog, and we would try our best to have that genre either made in one of our lines or however. We are looking for challenges, so I think are you guys. So Mohit here, see ya, bye bye.